camera, and action. Hello, my name is Duncan Alderdice, and the reason I'm making these videos is to document the journey I take as I become who I am. Now, Mark, we're gonna try to get this one under fucking 6 minutes this time. If I don't, sorry. Fucking this mouse is spazzing out. Today's topic, so far up until this point, this is the new number, because I used to always have numbers and it would be dials for the day, but I don't do dials on the day any doors, is 23,090 steps so far. 23,092. That's Tuesday. Well, that's about 20 kilometers walked. Today was a good day. But what we're going to talk about is my good friend Cordyceps militaris. It's a supplement. It's a supplement that's a fantastic supplement, and I took some today. I also took the vitamin D3. I was far more alert today, but specifically this one gives me fucking more energy. And it's a good kind of energy. It's not like a peak and crash type like coffee is, though I also did have a coffee today, but it's a more sustained one. And I talked about it yesterday, however, because did I do the unboxing yesterday? Yes, I did, because today is the first day that I had the Cordyceps militaris. For those of you who don't know who Mark is, I forgot to clarify that to begin with, is that Mark is my sales manager who used to be my sales manager, but is now an account executive for a company that I used to work for, but now offers perspectives on how I can improve these videos. So still is managing me to some degree and doing a damn fine good job. Doing a damn good job. A fine damn. Bye. Today was the first day I did Cordyceps militaris, and I felt a better alert energy. I went and did a bunch of errands, went to the boot store, found boot store, and they didn't have any stock, so then I just ordered them online. One size up, or one half size up. But anyways, I talked about Cordyceps militaris yesterday, but I was inaccurate in the information that I dispelled, because I said something to the effect of that it increases mitochondrial efficiency, ATP throughput, and oxygen availability. And then I likened the ATP, given that the ATP is the energy you get from your mitochondria, and that's what you use to. ATP is adenosine triphosphate. So there's an adenosine thing, it's a molecule, and then 3-phosphate attached to it. And when those break off, and the breaking off releases heat, and that heat takes the form, like you can't just create or destroy energy, then that helps other chemical reactions occur, and then you fucking are alive. And so 36 of those sort of things, and then at the end of the day, it accumulates and gets into your brain, and then you're like, oh my God, I'm so tired. The problem with the analogy was I said that taking Cordyceps militaris will give you more gas, and then since you have more gas, you can do more. That's an incorrect representation of it. By ingesting Cordyceps militaris, not intravenously, is an inhalation through your mouth and throat, stomach thing, that it doesn't just make more gas appear. It makes the engine that creates the ATP run more efficiently, such that when you need more, like whether you're dancing, running marathon, doing a workout, walking a bunch of steps, the thing that creates the gas, the ATP, is able to do that thing more effectively. So, and that's the mitochondria sort of thing. And so if there's electron transport chain, there's the electrons go on and there's less lost. Oxygen has to absorb the electrons after it goes through a thing, and oxygen is more available to do so. And so it's better utilized. That's all efficient, so that when you really stress the system, it's like going if you have an engine and there's pistons that fire something, like the spark plug injects a bit of fuel and this piston fire that turns a crank, which then is attached to a motor, which spins a rod, which then connects to wheels, which is what makes the wheels go forward. Awesome. You rev the engine by pressing the gas foot down, that injects more fuel into it, pistons go boom, 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 boom. That's a V4, V6, V8 is just how many fucking pistons in, and it's a V because they're arranged in that sort of thing. If you're alive, your engine is running. And if you really need to fucking go, that's like stepping on the gas, then you'll fucking go, right? What this is essentially doing is those pistons, because it's metal on metal around, it's adding a bit of, again, this is a conceptual analogy, of adding a bit of oil and therefore lubricant. Therefore, the pistons can fire faster, more efficiently, and therefore, per amount of fuel that is injected into the chamber, and then as the spark thing goes off and it ignites, bang, more energy from that explosion is transferred into the cranking of the turn rather than lost in the friction against the colander, I don't know what it is, of steel surrounding it. And therefore, it's able to spin more effectively. That's the same thing this shit is doing. So, your thing that creates energy for you is able to do that more effectively. Therefore, if you walk 20,000 steps or 23,000 steps or running a marathon or fucking dancing all over the place or just having an extremely high cognitive load task, your muscles are able to have the resources available to fire and fucking flex and do all that cool fun stuff more effectively, and as a consequence recover faster because there will be they're recovering more effectively because there's going to be more oxygen available, and therefore it won't resort to fermentation. There's a different sort of glycolysis. The fucking timer's done. Okay, just give me a minute. Give me a minute, Mark. We're giving a minute and 10 seconds. There's a different sort, like in the absence of oxygen, that's like something happens. It's either fermentation. I can't think of the word, but the time fucking pressure is on me right now. But it results in just 2 ATP. That's where the lactic acid comes from, and then that fucking burns. So this thing makes it run more effectively. I've noticed a difference, and it's cool. And it's something you definitely should try. The thing, though, too, is that like if you take 500, you're getting about 70 to 80% of what you could. If you take a gram, then the full 100. If you take 2 grams, you're not going to be more efficient because because it's not making you more energy the same way coffee or like a stimulant does. However, if you were to run like a fucking double marathon, then taking more would make sense because there would be more available to help sustain you long term. Okay, fucking, I like this time constraint. It's difficult, but it's fucking, there's other things I want to fucking talk about. I am starting to redo Instagram videos of just like daily quick videos like I used to do on my story, except I'm going to compress that into a reel. And I think that that's good. I think the way that I am, there's not enough time. Okay. The way that I am is a type of personality that accelerates, or there is a strength to content creation that I should dabble into. And it doesn't mean I am then becoming an influencer, but at least let's fucking make a hobby of it. See what, fuck around and find out, you know? Anyways, speaking of segues and fruits, Clementine Club, thanks for sticking around as always. And I know you know it already, but I'll say it again. I know you know it already, but I'll say it the fuck again, is desire is what drives you forward. The pain you're going through is necessary. That's why you need to believe in yourself, because you're more capable of doing great things than you give yourself credit. Lean in, aim up, and move forward. Yes, you can. Okay, that fires me up consistently. Also, today's a Saturday. Special. See you tomorrow.